When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Boise, Idaho, and Albertson Stadium, home of the Boise State Broncos. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the LSU Tigers, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Broncos about to kick it away and get this season started. And he's going to bring this one out. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got him downfield. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now first down from the 39. Breaks the tackle. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. How about that tough, hard-nosed running? Rich legacy of that at LSU. Reminds me of Charles Alexander.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I was a part of that legacy, Reese, on the other side when Justin Vincent rushed for over 200 yards in the SEC Championship game, and that's what you see LSU. That's what I've always thought of watching them growing up, and you watch the way they run their offense. Usually, it starts with the physicality and the ground game.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Got the quick pass, and he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Makes the catch. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, LSU! He found some open space and turned on the Jets. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
How do you take the crowd out of the game? Do exactly that. Take the football, drive right down the field, prove you're the better team, give them nothing to cheer about. That is a picture-perfect first drive.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll return it. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Boise State's offense will get the ball for the first time. And here it comes for the first time as a starter, this talented freshman. And Jesse, it seems like quarterbacks mature quicker and quicker these days, and they're ready to grab the reins.
Yeah, you're seeing it more and more. There's more high school quarterbacks now ready to take the next step and compete and perform in college football. But listen, I started as a true freshman back at Florida. I guarantee you he has so much nervous energy going right now because he has never played in an environment like this, and he has never played against competition like this either.
No, it's crazy, and that was 1920. So imagine now with all the technology and how much he's feeling the nerve.
Turning it on! And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds a spot in the middle. They don't get nearly enough on third down. Fourth down coming from the 48. And the Broncos will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Good timing on the quick out. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Rides the back on the option, the give. Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Tigers have it with a first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. Backed up now, here's second and long. Sends it back in motion. To the air on second down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Ezukama. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Tigers. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
I know we're only in game one, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it 14-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Boise State ready to send out that offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. The give to the tailback. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. The Broncos will hustle to the line.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5. Halfway there on first down, it's second and 5. Looking to fire. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
Well, they're able to get the negative play, great individual effort. I know LSU's defense always goes by DBU, but they've had some big-time players up front on that D-line, too. And you think recently, guys like Marcus Spears, Glenn Dorsey, Kiki Mingo, Daniil Hunter, dudes that can line up one-on-one. These guys were like avatars. With the
running free. Past the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown Broncos. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Penn State was able to squeak one out in front of those home fans at Beaver Stadium. In fact, I think in the end, the difference may have been that Happy Valley crowd who leaves happy with the win. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. Quarterback now breaking the field. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but Great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it. The big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
The blue turf rumbling on this third down attempt as the Bronco fans exhort the D. Got a man. It's Ezukama. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Intercepted. The defense has set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. And the Broncos moving quickly to the line. Out of the gun to give to the back. Headed to the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Boise State. Extra point here will tie the game.
And that is a huge touchdown for the offense and also a big momentum shifter in this game because now if they kick the extra point, they tie this game, anything could happen.
And here's the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. From the gun, running back gets the give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now, guys, when it comes to LSU, the portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Trying to beat the D deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, the inside give. It's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Oh, and it's a hit like that that will absolutely light up the sideline, light up the stadium, change the momentum, and help you win a football game because that hit is what caused that fumble.
There he goes. Got the first down. Looking for more. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
That's a really nice run. One thing I love about him is he's got versatility. Reminds me of a guy I used to play against back in the day, Kevin Falk. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball, he could block, he returned kicks. He did everything for the LSU Tigers, and this guy, he's got that ability too. So many different tools in his toolbox.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Almost had the completion, just missed it. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This Boise State crowd bringing the noise. It's deafening here on 3rd down. Fires to the big fella. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Out of the backfield, he's open. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field.
Hold.
So that penalty will wipe away some strong red zone execution and take the score off the board. And the Tigers are marching down the field. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Back open in the middle. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams.
Got enough space. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. They'll try to add another to their lead. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Broncos are in the hurry-up. They'll go right back to him. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. And the Broncos will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Using his legs, it's Ezukama. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He'll try to do it himself. And he will wisely scamper out of bounds. No need to take unnecessary hits. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll give it to the back. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He's now up to 77 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wants to go up top. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Quick quick strike through the air for the score.
This guy is such a weapon for this offense, especially down in the red area, because of his speed and his size. He's a nice target right there on the post. You see him. It's just really hard to box him out and prevent him from catching the football. Good decision by the QB, and it results in a touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll leave it with him. And some room to work. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another.
Breaks into the open. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Addison. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the left. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Broncos come to the line with a new set of downs. It's complete to the right. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Pressure coming. You know those defenders wanted to light him up. Quarterback wisely gets down with the slide. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down.
Good job by this defense, man. They've given up some yards and some plays on this drive, but they didn't lose focus. They stayed dedicated to what they're doing, and a great job on 3rd down, forcing the 4th down here, and hopefully the field goal attempt.
That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job. Coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking to throw on first down. Buys a little extra time. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum.
The score, LSU.
LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Boise State ready to send out that offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down. Running back searching for a hole. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Motion from the wideout. Trying play action. Lets it fly. Touchdown Broncos. Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in games.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
He's showing you his skills on that last throw. This guy's got arm talent and accuracy, man, and some of it's not coachable. And I think back to Jamarcus Russell and Joe Burrow, two former Tiger quarterbacks that were the first overall pick in the NFL draft. They had some of that, too. They just had a feel for the position that you simply couldn't coach at the college level. This guy, man, he's got some serious tools, and he really helps make this offense dangerous.
Much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The blue turf rumbling on this third down attempt as the Bronco fans exhort the D. They're working that left side. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. Now they'll run the draw. And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. And the defense jumps on it and they get that. Over. Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and trying to stay on the field.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You got to put some hits on him, those body blows, so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Hauls it in, the first down and more. Knocked down after a short game, but enough to move those chains. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out route. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, and this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Snagged in the middle. It's Addison. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And the Broncos want to crank the tempo.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll get it really.
It's a fumble on the play.
That is a nice break for the offense. Man, those are plays that you don't think about down the road, but those are turnovers. If they just bounce a little bit in the direction of the defense, you're so jacked up. You create momentum, juice. It could change the game. That's a great break for the offense.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
He's got him, and they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. With the catch, it's Addison. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. To the air on first down. Got his man quickly. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Broncos in a good spot here with second and short. The play action fake. He's got an open man. Turning it on. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. They'll use the running game on first and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to fire.
And that's why it's hard to run down by the goal line. The defense just has so many bodies crowded into the line of scrimmage. Offense couldn't get it done that time.
Nice execution by this defense on second and goal. And they're trying to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
On third and goal, they'll throw it. He's got his man. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. A famous writer once said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. The Tigers are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. The give to the back. Tried to get them a little breathing room, and they're still suffocating in their own end. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. On the run, it says Ukama. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Hines is way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff, where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
He'll set up to throw. Dumps it off in the flats.
Man, that is not the 3rd down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a 4th down now.
Let's see what they dial up on this 4th down. Remember, they're 1 for 2 so far in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got it, 1st down and more. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play. The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the gun, the ground game. Creates a little room. It's a seam wide open. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
And there's nothing more demoralizing for a defense than when you're losing, you know they're going to run the football, they're trying to run the clock, and you can't stop them. They've got to be more aggressive, bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. They've got to stop this ground game and get the ball back.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. It's complete on the right side. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. And this defense has a chance to make a big stop on 4th and goal from the 4. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Gets drilled as he releases it. The ball just trickles to the ground.
I think that might be the very definition of just trying to rub salt in the wound, right? You got the lead, multiple possessions, you're looking really, really good, late in the ball game, and you go for it again. So you're just trying to, listen, it's their job to stop you. I like the offense doing what they do.
There he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Broncos come to the line in the hurry-up.
That's a good first down for this offense. Get something positive going. Like, listen, the possessions are shrunk now. We're in the 4th quarter.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Takes it the other way. Touchdown LSU. The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
And that just might do it, man. Offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings this week. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Broncos with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving.
I know a lot of people don't like prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3...
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He'll off one deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Motion from the wide receiver. Using his feet. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, you really win a lot more football games. So I think if you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this game, try to continue to do this on the ground, continue to eat that clock.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. They have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there, but we're not giving up the 1st down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes a grab past the marker. Touchdown LSU! And the route is on.
And this kind of performance has to give this team so much confidence. Week 1, you go on the road into a hostile environment, and you put the beat down like this, this coaching staff is going to be happy on the ride home.
LSU 49, Boise State 24.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the gun. The running back has it. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time, the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short game.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. Fires to the right. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the ground, it's Ezukama. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
You know, I'll give it to the defense here. Obviously, it has not been their day, and this offense has gone up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard. But you're still seeing this defense compete. And on 3rd and long, expecting pass, everybody on the same page. You get the incompletion. That's something positive.
Makes the grab. He's got a 1st down. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? Unleashes to the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. And down he goes, and that's going to do it. Didn't have much of a chance there, and the defense puts an exclamation point on this one. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the